What's up, everybody? Wanted to talk about Don Rickles. Yesterday I posted something online that Disney Pixar had decided, I think it's Disney Pixar, it might just be Pixar, but they had decided that they will be using, somehow, by magic, they will be using Don Rickles' voice for Mr. Potato Head. Which is really cool. I don't know how. I'm sure they'll just pull audio from, it's a cartoon, so I'm sure they'll just pull audio from other movies and such. He'll probably have a limited role, but which he always has. But it's cool. It's fun to hear that they're not replacing him. For those who don't know me, or for those who do know me a little bit at least, know that I enjoy a lot of older stuff. I watch a lot of Johnny Carson clips. I like Hank Williams Sr. You know, I love older country music. I like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. I like older stuff. Don Rickles was amazing. He was super funny. Born in 1926, he passed away in 2017. He would have been 91 years old that year. So he lived a full life. But I like I said, the Toy Story thing kind of brought him to the forefront of my memory. And I just wanted to talk about him a little bit. I know that I'm sure there are some fans of his out there still. He was funny. I mean, he was in a time where it didn't matter what our politics was. It didn't matter what we thought. If you were a good person, he was your friend. He was friends with Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, and you know, all we called them the Rat Pack. They called themselves something else. But he said, I think I just read it was in 2014 when he was on the Tonight Show. I think he had said that the highlight of his career, the highlight of his life, was performing for the Ronald Reagan inauguration. Which is funny because they were two completely different people. Don Rickles was a Democrat, and like a staunch Democrat, and Ronald Reagan was obviously a Republican. But it was, again, at the time where, and a lot of people don't see it these days, but at the time that didn't matter. You know, we all held different beliefs, and that's going to happen forever. But we were able to get past that and still be friends with each other and still care for each other and things like that. So it was crazy, but the highlight of his career was performing for somebody that maybe he didn't necessarily agree with all the time, but they were friends. They were really good friends still. That I watched that. It was funny. It was a 5-minute set. He talks about Bush, and he makes fun of the band, and you know, it's just a funny set. For me personally, the funniest, I don't know if I'd call it a set, because it wasn't, to my knowledge, it wasn't set up. But Don Rickles one night is doing Johnny Carson's show, and he's messing with the cigarette box that Johnny Carson has had apparently for a long time. It was gifted to him. So I think he had mentioned he'd had it for like 10 years or something like that. And he breaks the cigarette box on the top of Johnny Carson's desk because he's playing some kind of gag. He breaks it, and he makes fun of the fact that he broke it, and he put it back together, and life went on. And so the next day, Johnny Carson's doing his show. He stepped back into his show, and he's doing something, and he figures out that the cigarette box is broken. And so he seems mad. I think it's all in fun, but he seems mad. And Don is shooting his show. I can't remember for the life of me which one it was. I'm sure it'll appear up here somewhere. I'll look it up. But he's shooting his show live at the time. Well, I mean, they're in the middle of filming. It's not a live show. But Johnny goes across the hall to confront him. So he opens the door right in the middle of the shoot while they're filming, and he confronts Don about, you know, what the heck happened to his cigarette box. And so They talk about that, and they give each other shit about that. Don asks him not to take him off his show, things like that. It's super, super funny because it seemed very natural. It didn't seem set up. It seemed like they were really good friends. At the end, when Johnny says, you need to buy me something to replace the cigarette box, and he's about to leave, Don turns to his audience because they have their recording in front of an audience, and he goes, "Johnny Carson." And Johnny turns around and goes, "Why do you do that? People know who I am. You don't need to tell people that I'm Johnny Carson." And it's kind of a really, really funny exchange. I'll try and put some small little clips. I don't think I could put the audio because of YouTube. But I encourage you to go check it out. I encourage you to go look up some Don Rickles just videos. I mean, if you're looking for a laugh, he's gonna give it to you. His roasts were awesome. He is he makes fun of everybody. It doesn't matter creed, color, race, gender. It doesn't matter. You were getting made fun of, but it wasn't taken so seriously. You were still his friend, even if you were gonna get made fun of. Even if he said something about your race or your gender or whatever, you didn't take it to heart. You weren't so thin-skinned at the time, and that's, I think, what made his humor and maybe that time funny. And because they got up and told jokes about him, and that's what made it that's their retribution. So he's funny. Like I said, if you're looking for a smile today, if you're feeling a little down, it's kind of crappy outside, it's rainy, it's gloomy, if you want to smile, definitely go look up a Don Rickles video or two, because he's hilarious. It was sucky that he passed away in 2017, but he was old. He was an old dude, so he lived a full life. I'm sure he lived a happy life. Don Rickles, Toy Story 4, he'll be in it somehow. I look forward to watching the movie. Us, Thinking Outside the Longbox, you can always shoot us an email at outsidethelongbox@gmail.com. Our phone number is 970-573-6148. Leave us a voicemail. Hit us up on facebook.com/thinkingoutsidethelongbox. At Twitter and Instagram at Outside Longbox. Hit the subscribe button. I think it's over here now. Hit the bell. That'll let you know when we're releasing videos. Like I said, we don't always release them to social media, so subscribe and tell us your thoughts. Like I said, shoot us some ideas. What do you want us to talk about? Hopefully you liked Doyle's video yesterday. Was pretty cool, inspiring. Some of it was about going out, making sure you have fun while you're adulting. It's important. Gabe's video was about Patton Oswalt's wife, Michelle McNamara, the book that she had passed away before finishing, and then they finished it. I know Gabe has another video out today, so we're trying to make more content, and this will be even more once we come into Comic-Con season. So subscribe, hit the bell. Hopefully you guys have a great day. Go look up some Don Rickles.